Welcome. I'm Benjamin Bernstein with astroshaman.com, and on today's video I want to teach you the way that I do Ho'oponopono. If you want to spell that, it's H-O'-O-P-O-N-O-P-O-N-O, all one word. Ho'oponopono actually exists in several different forms, and according to Wikipedia, what I'm teaching you is along the lines of the most recent version of it, not the original traditional Hawaiian thing, but a more modern variation. If you want to learn more about that, go to Wikipedia and read up on the transmutations it's been through. I learned this from a shaman who's actually mainly versed in Peruvian traditions, but he's also extraordinarily wide-ranging and draws from many different traditions and practices. So this is not the authentic, definitive Ho'oponopono. This is one way to do it. And based on my own experience and having heard back from others I've given the technique to and who have used it, it is an effective modality used in this way. So with that caveat, I'll get on to what it actually is. The story I've heard about Ho'oponopono in this form is that there was a mental institution on the island of Hawaii, and they had a number of chronic patients who were not getting healed, no matter what they did. And so this new practitioner came and never even met with the patients. He would take the patient's file, apparently, and sit down, and he would chant Ho'oponopono for the patient for quite a long time each day. And within a relatively short time, that patient will progressively get better and would be completely healed and would be released from the institution, even though the Ho'oponopono practitioner who was there in the office had never even met with them, demonstrating the power of the kind of prayer that can give a person the kind of healing and release that can be possible. And that's the way in which I recommend this Ho'oponopono practice. You do it for someone else, with the idea that you are giving them blessing and healing, and you don't have to worry about taking away their karma or doing something inappropriate on the soul level, because in this kind of practice, only that which serves the person's highest good can actually happen. So you can proceed forward without concern about inappropriately messing with their karma. Now, some people do this just speaking the words. I find it's beautiful done with the following melody, which is what I learned from that shamanic practitioner I mentioned. And the melody is very simple. It's very repetitive, easy to remember. You could, of course, do it just speaking the words, but I think the melody gives it an extra power. So to introduce it to you, let me give you the words first. If the Hawaiian part is just the word the word Ho'oponopono repeated, then the English words are, I'm so sorry, I love you, please forgive me, I thank you. So I'm going to sing it 3 times through, Hawaiian, English, Hawaiian, English, Hawaiian, English. You can sing it as long as you like. And I just recommend sing it until you feel like it's done for the moment. And you can do, of course, additional rounds later or on different days for the person you're singing it for. So here's the melody that I use. By the way, my audio test showed that Zoom isn't super great for audio quality, so the audio might be a little dicey here, but you should be able to hear the melody clearly enough. Ho'oponopono, 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 Ho'oponopono. I'm so sorry, I love you, please forgive me, I thank you, I'm so sorry, I love you, please forgive me, I thank you. Ho'oponopono, 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 Ho'oponopono. I'm so sorry, I love you, please forgive me, I thank you, I'm so sorry, I love you, please forgive me, I thank you. Ho'oponopono, 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 ho'oponopono. I'm so sorry, I love you, please forgive me, I thank you, I'm so sorry, I love you, please forgive me, I thank you. And then you would just repeat as often as you wish. So that should be enough for you to get the melody. The words are interesting. I'm so sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. I thank you. And it may be that you're doing Ho'opono, as has been often the case with the clients I've given it to, for someone who has perpetrated some injustice against them. And you think, well, it's the perpetrator who should be singing this logically. But Ho'oponopono in this form works beyond that. It kind of operates from the level of we're all one being, and I'm a part of the perpetrator is part of me, and as part of that perpetrator being, I am creating the forgiveness that will assist both of our seemingly individual manifestations. That may not make a lot of logical sense, but it is the sort of vibe in which the Ho'oponopono operates. So all I know is it works, and when I've done it, it seems to have created a softening or harmonizing if I'm in conflict with someone. And again, the main way in which I've recommended it to my clients is when they're in conflict with someone, that person is unrelenting in their hostility, and they sing for the highest good and healing. And also just anytime there's a friction between people. The ancient original version, the idea is that the Hawaiians and other Polynesians, this was not just Hawaii, it was practiced throughout many of the Polynesian islands, that if you're holding anger, it creates illness. And again, this is quite a bit different than the way it was originally done among Hawaiians, which involved, you know, groups, family coming together, confessing everything that was going on and working for relational reconciliation. This practice I've given you is more like just, this is one thing you can do on your own to assist another person or assist in the potential harmonizing of a challenging relationship you're having with someone. So if you just sing Ho'opono with the intention of singing it for the benefit of another person, then you might find that helpful. It's one of several tools I tend to give people. I also give people my healing invocation. I'll put a link to that under this video. For working out conflict with someone, I'm a big fan of nonviolent communication. I'll put a link to that under this video as well. So those are other tools that can be used well with this as well. So I hope that's enough to get you started. And if you find it helpful, I'd love to get your feedback. As always, I'm always open to other ideas for future videos in the Practical Spirituality series here. And you're welcome to message me around this video wherever you're seeing it, or if you want to just email me, it's astroshamanbenjamin@gmail.com. Again, I'm Benjamin Bernstein with astroshaman.com. If you're interested in working with me individually, I do astrology, shamanic healing, awakening activation, life coaching, and I have a membership called Awakening Plus, where you can be part of an online group that does powerful processes that promote healing and awakening and support for the global arising new earth, the whole golden age thing. So thanks again for watching. I'm very grateful, and I wish you infinite blessings.